This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 438. Getting rejected led to starting my own business. One man's journey to year-round summer camp by Boles with ChrisGuillebeau.com. And I'm Dan. Welcome to Optimal Startup Daily, where I read to you from some of the very best blogs on entrepreneurship. And we're going to get right to our post today as we optimize your life. Getting rejected led to starting my own business. One man's journey to year-round summer camp by Boles with ChrisGuillebeau.com. When I was 11, I went away to summer camp for the first time. 2 weeks of total bliss in the high Sierras of California. The instructors I met there were mythical, almost godlike figures with hard skills, like how to roll a kayak, soft skills, like comforting a homesick camper, and an exuberance I'd never encountered before in my young life. I decided immediately that I wanted to become like them. In college, I went back to work for that same camp for 2 summers that changed my life. I encountered a lot of firsts while I was there. First love, first time almost getting fired, first time feeling completely confident and competent. More than anything else, I walked away feeling that I'd really made an impact on a group of young people, the same impact that I'd felt as a child there. No other work had felt so meaningful, so I decided to try to do summer camp year-round. That led me, immediately after graduating college, into the world of outdoor education, in which I took groups of 5th graders hiking, taught science, and facilitated ropes courses. Outdoor education happened in the spring and fall seasons, so with summer camp, I could patch together entire years of working with kids in the outdoors. Getting rejected led to starting my own business. In 2008, wanting to go beyond outdoor education, I applied to work for a gap year company leading to a semester-long trip for college-aged students to South America. I met all the qualifications, nailed the interviews, and was anxiously awaiting the "you're hired" email I was sure was headed my way. In the meantime, I was getting increasingly excited at the prospect of leading a group of young people abroad. Then, the "sorry, you were not one of the 2 people we hired out of 150 applicants" email arrived, and I pouted for a few days. After I was done pouting, I had a wild idea to write the director of the gap year company back and say, "I really want to do this anyway. Would you help me start my own trip leading company?" To my surprise and delight, he said yes and helped me think through the planning and back-end logistics of my first 6-week teen trip to Argentina, which happened successfully later that year. To this day, turning that no into yes feels like one of my biggest victories and smartest gambles. Living the dream. So now I design and run immersive multi-week programs for teenagers and college-aged people through my company, Unschool Adventures. I offer 2 to 3 unique programs a year, ranging in length from 4 to 12 weeks. Earlier this year, I led 11 teens on a 6-week adventure on New Zealand's South Island that involved camping, city exploration, and implementation of positive psychology research, like gratitude journaling and meditation, to see how little we need to be happy. Last year in Colorado, a friend and I co-directed an adventure semester in which 23 teens broke into small groups each day and attempted a different, weird, real-world adventure challenge, and then documented their attempt in a video, blog, and oral presentation. Next year, I'm taking a group of college-aged young people to Buenos Aires for 3 months to experience independent living in group apartments in a foreign capital city. It's essentially a college semester abroad for kids who aren't going to college. Every job has its drawbacks. Most people assume that taking care of groups of teenagers for weeks at a time must be incredibly stressful. And sure, teens sometimes do typically stupid teen stuff, but otherwise it's pretty easy. I credit this to my insistence that we only accept teenagers who really want to be on our programs. Their parents are not allowed to sign them up. They have to fill out the application and convince us in a 30-minute Skype interview that they really want to join. This cuts down on our potential pool, but also cuts out 90% of the potential issues that come with leading youth groups. Anytime that you take other people's kids away for long periods of time, you're not just managing the kids, you're managing the parents too. The parents I work with are overwhelmingly smart, kind, and the opposite of the overprotective helicopter parents. They've given their children ample trust and freedom since they were young. But occasionally I do need to have a difficult conversation with a parent. This is the hardest part of my job, and thankfully, such encounters are few and far between. Positives far outweigh any negatives. I love my work because I get to both design trips and participate in them. I love the young adults with whom I get to work. Independent, self-directed, and meaning-driven people like myself. I relish playing the role of mentor and facilitator by thrusting kids into real-world situations that demand courage, ingenuity, and social skills. I have total creative control over my work. I get to choose my clients. I work with co-leaders whom I admire and trust, and these trips pay the bills of my modest lifestyle. You just listened to the post titled, "Getting Rejected Led to Starting My Own Business: One Man's Journey to Year-Round Summer Camp" by Blake Boles with ChrisGuillebeau.com.
Now, if you have any kind of online presence, you should know already that compliance is essential. And thankfully, Leica makes the entire compliance process simple. Leica's platform builds and automates compliance for standards like SOC 2 and HIPAA with hands-on expertise each step of the way. With Leica, businesses can pass security questionnaires from customers, adapt to newer regulations, and maintain all documents in one place. The platform's automations, workflows, and integrations make passing audits and minimizing risk easier than ever. And you don't have to worry about keeping up with new regulations. Every customer gets a dedicated compliance expert to help understand requirements, implement policies, and fulfill ongoing responsibilities. Leica is also the only compliance platform that offers everything in-house. Now, compliance has been a huge stressor for our podcast team as the rules are just constantly changing, and Leica takes away that pain. You have to see it for yourself. Optimal Startup Daily listeners get 20% off when you join. Visit heyleica.com/OSD to get their exclusive deal. That's HEYLAIKA.com/OSD to request a demo and get 20% off when you sign up with Leica.
And thank you to Blake. He is one of the lucky ones. At a young age, he knew exactly what made him happy. With that clarity of vision, he created Unschool Adventures, a company that designs and runs multi-week experiences for teens and young adults, and he created his own dream job in the process. He's also the author of Why Are You Still Sending Your Kids to School?, The Art of Self-Directed Learning, Better Than College, and College Without High School. He also hosts the Off Trail Learning podcast and has delivered over 75 presentations for education conferences, alternative schools, and parent groups. So come by BlakeBoles.com to learn a lot more. Boles, by the way, is spelled B-O-L-E-S. And also thanks to Chris Guillebeau for letting us share the articles on his site. Come by ChrisGuillebeau.com for more. But I think that does it for today. I thank you so much for being a subscriber to the show and listening all the way through. So have yourself a great rest of your day, and I will see you right back here tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.